I haven't made any videos for a while because some medical issues. However, I'm okay. It's a matter of just, I don't know, I just can't be bothered making videos, but anyway, I'll try. And the right EVO's here with me. Anyway, I'm on tomorrow with Matthew and Paul Mueller at Ventor 3. Yesterday was rather a wicked day. Blood pressure check. Do you know I have blood pressure phobia? I took blood pressure medications, which didn't do anything except make my head kind of pound and my veins stick out. I took it at 220 or something like that, and I sort of dropped 30 points because I was distracted from the phobia itself, basically. But the drug pressure meds made me really feel rotten. I'm still getting withdrawn from them today. I don't know. It's blood pressure phobia. Once the cuff comes out, the blood pressure rises. I'm not the only one. It's documented. So I'm going to refuse any kind of blood pressure nonsense. I guess you can do that, can't you? In this weird world of things. So, uploading videos, and I didn't know I was important videos actually, because asking some of my friends or partners about pictures they might have. Oh, they didn't know I had these things. Kind of interesting. It's on Nancy's YouTube channel, these videos. I hope Matthew will upload them. They're very important. There's the lab set up. And there's McDonnell Douglas's interesting experiments for a couple of days. You gotta slow it down. Then you see all kinds of weird stuff. Spooky stuff. It looks really weird. But anyway. So, I'm just want to get back to work. I got this in. That right, Evio? That's for making a 3/8 Acme thread tap. Is that ever cool? I got, this is the first one that came in. Reasonably priced. High-speed steel. But I didn't realize about doing that kind of tapping until, well, I looked at this and, well, gee, I got some real big ones, like up to a couple of inches. It probably just need cleaning in that, but it's made in China, but that's okay. They make good stuff these days. Gotta be careful, you just gotta be wise in what you're buying these days, okay? What else there? I was working on this guy. And I was working on the green radios. Till I fell out of bed. The whole thing's a long, weird story, but being kind of incapacitated, I rejoined Facebook. I'm posting all kinds of garbage on Facebook. So, I don't know, it's just, the internet stuff is interesting, I suppose. When you're not doing anything or can't do anything or limited in doing things. Oh, look at my, never mind. I hope I don't get slammed on YouTube for this. You never know in this internet world and what's going on in this day and age. Oh well, so I need a Vizier. Oh, I think so. I guess I have to put this at adults only, huh? I have no idea. I'm sure you're allowed to be topless to some degree on YouTube, aren't you? I'll see you tonight when I upload this. Mr. EVO. Oh, you're so cute. They might think I'm some woman or something that got loose. I don't know. You never know in this day and age. I was out in the sun for a while, about an hour or two, and I really feel good when in the sun. Haven't done any experiments for a while either, but I'll get back to that. Yeah, I was looking over my Van de Graaff generator, the one I got built. I built myself. It's about 10 feet tall, 2-foot diameter ball, and that thing really worked well. So I guess I'll have to make another one of those. Gotta find a 2-foot diameter ball. That's important when you're making those things, but it comes down. This is a cross section, okay? We got a round ball, should be like that. Then underneath should be curved up like that. Then the hole where your pipe goes on, your plastic pipe. It's one of the most important things, how that ball is made. Otherwise you get sharp points, sharp edges, or weird things like that. All the energy goes off in the air and doesn't accumulate in the ball, okay? So I noticed that with the modern ones too, they don't bother putting a curved up like that. Very important aspect of static generators. They'll be curved, so. Yeah, oh well, so. I'm usually very active in here. I haven't been for a while. Maybe a week now or more. What was the last thing I was working on? I think it was this. Then the green radio is finding screws. For some reason, you know, these things on eBay, I'm always missing screws. I don't know what people do with them. I got all the screws. It's a matter of cleaning them up. I haven't bought anything yet, but I will be. Okay. After I get my catheter removed. Bladder stone, I mentioned that before in videos, so Johnny's got a bladder stone. Not fun. And unfortunately I had to go to Santa Rosa for attention on it. Very complex world, you know, this medical world. You'd think they would improve. They actually had bladder stones, instruments in the Civil War for troops. Some of that, the history of removing bladder stones or getting rid of them. Very interesting. History is quite interesting. So I'll be ready tomorrow with Matthew and Paul. And I like to not interfere in what Paul has to say, so because Paul's got a lot to offer in the world of technology and his free energy devices, so we'll see how that all goes, and his amazing skills at machine tool work, which I haven't showed all the pieces yet that he supplied me. Oh, I forgot, I had a big chunk of metal too, yeah. Paul, how many pieces of metal did you carve out for me? I think a number of them. I hope I paid you, for Pete's sake, or traded you. Wow. And parts like that amazing Gibbs you made for the Mr. Excello, and where the handle goes to. You really did an amazing job. So I treat those things like gold and put them in their own cases, so they're not banged around at all. So I have all that. I think you made me a cannon barrel, threaded it, and a plug for it. Couple. You've done a lot. I really appreciate it, Paul. I'd like to repay you somehow. I'll be for Matthew. I'll send a link to this to Paul and Matthew tonight, I guess, when I upload it, if it uploads okay. Old Girls Club, huh? So I've been on his Facebook clicking up all the old girl stuff. I call it fun book. I have a lot of fun posting garbage and junk myself. There's a lot of good people there, that's for sure. It's another thing, competition with free energy machines. There we go. Free energy machines, so. Like a lot of my stuff that has been tested and filmed. I put it on these websites and they don't get posted, because somebody else has got a so-called free energy machine. They don't like the competition. I always believe in being honest, right? And present to your sponsors, public, or people interested in all the results, including test results. And how to make it, which I've done. All this stuff with free energy started in, I think the early 90s. The Reatrade Business Group wanted me to build something. I did. They paid me 10 grand, and then later, let's see, let me think about this. Try to get this sorted out. Then I went to Japan, then they were interested in these things. I got about $250,000 to make them. I was several years doing that. And then Richard Brewer, that was maybe a year or two. Then Thomas Messer of Germany, that was several years. That's the same amount of money every time, basically. A few other times, so. About 10 years on and off making these things. I've seen in videos that are uploaded on the internet from my partner Grant Romand, who carried them around, tested them, and wrote up reports on them and put together videos on them. So those devices probably would have, if they're manufactured properly, or if my investor could have found manufacturers, it could have been something pretty profound, I suppose. Although that's not my interest, really, never was, but I followed through in doing it for folks. My real interest is not much, my real true interest basically is vintage machine tools, engineering and artillery, warships, what else? Vintage electronic warship, countermeasure stuff, cannons and lathes. Other than that, the effect, or replicating vintage folks, other stuff like Tesla and others. Well, not really, how can you say it? Geared into interest sake on that stuff. It was convenient for TV people and some other scientists over the years, but it was promoted not by me, but by other people, so I kept my end of the bargain, I think. Like Winfield and Hathaway and all those guys, and Colonel Alexander and many others. Sure, I did it, and for me to explain it, and forget it. I just build these things and know how they work, okay? But being a passion of mine, it really never was a passion. My passion was building the machines, really. And what they did, well, they do all sorts of crazy things, man. I never kept any notes. I'm not into that mental state of keeping notes or how to do it or do this and that. What for? I don't mind if the U.S. government or Canadian government examine these things, which they did do, such videos. So what? Doesn't bother me any. Actually, from the Canadian government, I got lots of nice letters of encouragement, as well from parts of the U.S. government people as well. Other governments, maybe Germany, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I have in German, so I have no idea what that is. Because it's in German, I can't read it, and Japan. Books and documents and that kind of thing, so. I never had it translated. So basically, I'm going to go to Matthew. It should be out in the open, I think. Maybe there's some other young folks that have an interest in this stuff can do something with it. I don't really bother with it much. Although I had some test results done here, and so far I'm not going to be bothered uploading that stuff. Not yet. I don't know what the reaction would be to stuff like, probably pretty strong, but I don't know. I don't know. Probably be pounded on by, oh, can you show us attitudes from different people? I got emails and stuff from Ivan, calls himself. He said he visited me in the 2000 time frame, took videos, and along with his wife, gave me money, which I don't recall. If I remember some strange people showing up, yes. Ivan is supposedly, from what he says, it could be all psychotic thing from a human, you know. They'd like doing that guy. He's a friend of Elon Musk, and I would not want to deal with that character. I've dealt with characters before, like Charles Bombardier and other famous name characters, but I turn him down because it interferes in what I'm interested in. So anyway, I got all that in writing anyway. So Ivan is a recent character. He's on LinkedIn, and he knows this, and he got getting over some issues, psychological issues, and alcoholism, or all this junk. Anyways, these emails I sent to friends, get their opinion, because I don't know. Although with Charles Bombardier and others, it was direct communication by phone and by emails. And also other people were involved, like Kevin Albert. He's a filmmaker down in LA, and Robert Drake. He's a filmmaker as well. Who else is involved in all this stuff? I have no idea how these people are doing now, like Charles Bombardier or others, but I got all their emails. Sometimes I copy and screenshot them and put them somewhere, but they probably don't care. I it's just, in my boring moments, I do that kind of stuff. And post all kinds of rubbish on Facebook. And all that, but anyway. I don't know. I just uploaded 100 today when just coming over here. I didn't. Oh, you can upload a lot of pictures. Oh, okay, so I call it pictures. But Jack Huck's report would be informative to the young folks out there. The video exists, and offside documents. But you know, people say, well, can you reproduce? Well, yeah, I can reproduce it. I've done so. Did it for 2 weeks with, what's his name? Dr. Thurston Ludwig. He filmed for 2 weeks. No one less uploaded. And you know, other people come and then you start doing other things and you change the settings and oh yeah, on TV people show up. Well, it's reproducible. But by others, I don't know. I don't think so because they don't understand vintage equipment, vintage stuff, old stuff, which I can get my head into, visually see it, and actually build them. So I don't know, and I don't care really. I don't care. I know it's reproducible. Somebody already has replicated it at York University and other places, so I'm told. Oh, I'll be glad when I can start smelling good old WD-40 again and start up my nuts and bolts. Hope this recorded okay. I'm not getting a... Oh, it might have got a little sunburn. I hope so. I love sun. So, on that note, yeah, so when you lay it up, you know, I got iPad and Facebook and YouTube. It's really kind of not healthy to sit around smoking cigarettes and uploading garbage onto these places. But what do you do when you live at a show? Look at all these photographs of yours truly, me, looking sexy and hot, so I upload those, why not? My nature is highly, I've always been highly sexual. Oddly more so. But that's okay. We all have our little fantasies, don't we? Don't be hypocrites, come on. For me to go into details, it's going to be a long story, and I got videos of it. They're uploaded somewhere. But it's all cool, nothing wrong with it, right? I think I did get some heat. Sunlight. So what's my hairstyle? I don't think blonde makes me not look so fucked up. Still don't know how to do makeup. You know, I was never programmed by my parents or anybody else to shit on other people's sexual interests, you know? Or they never bothered, thank God, never telling me about religion and other crazy garbage that a lot of people are warped their minds around, you know? Like, oh, wow, you know, just be honest, always obey the law, and help others, really, was what I was taught. You know, none of this garbage, racist garbage you hear about on the internet or in media. A lot of racist lunatics out there. I didn't realize it until I got involved in down here, sort of, you know. Being in Canada, you meet all kinds of people. They never told or taught to anything about being hatred or anything, right? Or at least I wasn't. Religion, my parents just never bothered, and I thank God for them, you know. Very happy they didn't program me. Just the good stuff they programmed me with. Yeah, it's sad to see all this garbage going on in the USA. After all, the original settlers were Indians, American Indians, though. But, there's a lot of prejudice, going on, which is, you can't really push back the modern age of the young generation back to the 1880s. It ain't gonna work. It never has. So, anyway, on my little take on everything that's going on these days. Just be honest, obey all laws, okay? Try to help others if you can. That's the way to do it. And I don't know. I was just looking up the crime rate stats in the USA. Oh, incredible amount of violence and murders. It's truly amazing. So I have no interest in any of that world. I keep living here. I keep quite isolated, actually. Just broadcast out through the media and other friends. So you gotta live with yourself. So if you do something against the law, you gotta live with yourself. It's not worth any of that, right? Actually, I got recommendations from police departments as well as scientists on my good behavior. It was for immigration to Germany, but I never immigrated there. But anyway, I kept all those documents and hopefully get back to work here. Instead of the talking garbage, stuff I talk about is mostly garbage. Well, in my opinion. It never makes any high views on YouTube. Most of my stuff is just sort of, oh, well, that's whoever that is. We don't know who it is. Attitude. I upload videos which seem to be important, but 10, 20 views sometimes, maybe 30. It's insignificant. I'm kind of wasting my time, but I enjoy making the videos. It's kind of like, oh, well, I made a video for the day. So. My heyday is long gone. It's old news, and that's no fun either. People like new news. That old crap. So, anyway, that's the way it is, and that's life, and so what? Okay, well, I did my little video stint for the day. Am I looking red yet? The color there. Old bat! Blonde is better. Yeah. So I'm in this part of the building doing videos now. I'll just cover that up. And how long has it been? 28 minutes, half hour. You poor folks have to listen to my incomprehensible gibberish. Oh, okay.